Welcome to Thursday Thoughts. A few things to think about, but the first thing I want to talk about is multi-day foil events. And Barcelona and the upcoming Hawaii races are kind of transitioning into what you could almost compare to as like stage racing. So I'm thinking Tour de France style. I'm wondering if in the future there could be multi-day races. Say, for example, the Hawaiian Islands, you could start on the Big Island and do races, from Hawaii to Maui, Maliko run, and then Maui to Molokai, Kamalo run, Molokai to Oahu, North Shore run or Hawaii Kai run, and then you could finish potentially, maybe it's too much, but um, North Shore of Oahu to Kauai, and then maybe you could finish on a Kauai run as well. Maybe that's where foiling's going. I think it's definitely possible in a place like Hawaii. Likewise, you could do something similar in Western Australia. You could start in Margaret River, do a run in Mandurah, do a run in Perth, do a run in Geraldton, maybe even a run further north. And you could just keep going with these trade wind sort of locations. You could make it happen. To me, it's a pretty cool prospect, and it'd be pretty cool to see that happen. I think it'd be really good for downwind fall racing as it becomes more of a sport because it tests the endurance more than just the power. Endurance requires efficiency, navigating the ocean, reading the ocean, not pumping up and over the bumps, but riding efficiently and maximizing the speed and power out of the energy, the ocean. So I'm pretty excited by this. I think it could save downwind falling and stop it from being a pump fest to a surfing efficiency, gliding, still hard, especially multi-day. Maybe it happens over a week or 2 weeks or 3 weeks, like the Tour de France, but I think it'd be a pretty cool prospect. So that's my first thought. Second thought, Foil Fest was on last weekend. Great success. Still things to tweak. Obviously, the teams event was good, but we kind of had tricky conditions and probably too short a time. I was guilty of we stuffed up our tactics for our team, and I don't think we even got in the top five or something. We two of our best foilers went last, and basically just the the judges had lost interest by then, I think, because the conditions were slow as the tide filled up. Then it went to sort of more of a tow foil event, which was fun and more individual. But yeah, it was cool. And I wonder if more events are going to be tow foil for surfing, um, foil surf events, or if conditions are good enough, you just paddle in. It was a cool little case study. And all in all, it was just a cool community vibe. More than the contest, it was just full froth fest. No one was. I didn't personally. I didn't. I loved falling with a bunch of crew, and it was all good times and good chats with like-minded crew, which was really cool. Um, yeah, the community was the real big winner. And then I want to finish with big foils and why I think they're epic. Big foils open up worse conditions, basically. And as conditions get better, we need to be using smaller foils. As conditions get worse, we can get away with using big foils. I was just testing a prototype yesterday, and it was flat water and tiny little bumps, and being able to average speeds of like 14 k's an hour on foils seems like something you don't want to do. But when the energy of the bumps is slow, a big sluggish foil that's going 14, averaging 14 k's an hour is actually something that's super cool. So big foils, I think, are going to be really important for the future, and also the future of maximizing conditions. So when it's flat or flat on the ocean, you can use one of these big foils and still be surfing and foiling and having a lot of fun. Whereas if you're only using small foils, you're more likely to be competing with surfers who are looking for conditions that are breaking. Um, and just a good way to think about it. Just sort of because it opens up more to downwind sort of style and more downwind style conditions. You can downwind in lakes with less fetch. You can downwind in rivers with less fetch. It just opens up more time to foil and more time to have fun. But yeah, they're my thoughts for the week. Thanks for tuning in. Catch you next week.